reached the Supreme Court, with the apex court backing a CBI investigation and calling for a fair, impartial and independent probe into the matter. The court also asked the media to exercise restraint in its coverage and avoid turning the case into a media trial. Reports state that the investigators have been questioning Samarth, Twisha's husband, regarding the timeline of events and his movements after the incident. Additionally, the Bar Council of India has suspended his legal practice pending further proceedings, stating that the serious nature of the allegations warranted action, and the case is now set to be taken over by the CBI following the Supreme Court's intervention. And during the hearing, the Supreme Court expressed concern over the handling of the case and stressed that the investigation must proceed through due legal process, with the focus remaining on ensuring justice. Joining us on the program is Nirmal Kaur, former IPS officer. Mr. Ashutosh Srivastava, advocate of the Supreme Court, also joins us on the show. Ashutosh, I'll begin with you. The Supreme Court, of course, making some strong suggestions and observations over there, saying that this should not be a media trial, and has also gone on to say that the people involved in this matter, cannot be spoken to in the manner in which has been done, because that might just lead to an unfair disadvantage.
Right. Absolutely. The Supreme Court has taken Suo Motu cognizance of the entire issue, and it has considered that the CBI investigation is required in the matter so that the truth can come out, and accordingly the investigating agencies the CBI can reach to a proper conclusion as to what has happened, what is the real cause of death, and they can, investigate the matter in a proper manner. As there have been complaints by the victim's family earlier that the police was not doing the investigation properly, and they complained about the flaws in the investigation. So considering these aspects, the Supreme Court has on its own taken the cognizance of the entire issue, and further it has requested the victim's family not to give any statements on the media so that the investigation is not affected. Obviously, that is not part of the order, but yes, orally it has been told to be followed so that the matter goes in the right direction. As we know that the FIR was already filed under Section 80, subsection 2 of BNS, and also Section 85 of BNS. And we know that when, under Section 80, subsection 2, if any death of a married woman happens within 7 years of the marriage, and there is instance of injuries or dowry demands or anything like that, if it is proven, then there is severe punishment of 7 years or even life imprisonment. So it is a very severe kind of a case we can see. However, we know that the accused also have the right of getting justice and to have their proper trial. So obviously both the sides will be investigated by the CBI now, and then only the CBI can come to a proper conclusion. And we further know that the autopsy report which was conducted earlier was also not accepted by the victim's family, and accordingly the court was approached and the court ordered for the fresh autopsy report to be submitted by AIMS. So now I think this report will also be very important and crucial so far as the investigation is concerned. So now the family must be expecting a fair investigation in the matter, and I think the truth should prevail, what had really happened, and all these aspects will be taken into consideration so that in future the trial can be conducted. And apart from that, obviously the bail which was granted to the mother-in-law of the victim has also been challenged before the High Court, which is now pending. And I think even the state has approached for the cancellation of the bail. But we know that for the cancellation of bail, there are limited grounds. If there is any tampering of evidence by them, or if there is any breach of the conditions of the bail, or even if they feel that the earlier order of granting bail was not as per the law and there were flaws, it still can be challenged. Now it depends on the High Court how it looks into the matter and decides it, whether the bail is confirmed, which was passed by the Sessions Court, or if it is lifted. So we'll have to see how it goes. But at the moment, yes, the CBI has come into picture, and the CBI is expected to do a fair and proper investigation so that the victim's family gets justice And in fact, the accused also get their proper opportunity to make their submissions and their statements in this regard.
You're quite right. You're quite right. More breaking news coming in a major development in the Twisha Sharma death case. The CBI has taken over the investigation and has already dispatched a team to Bhopal. The central agency will now probe the death of Twisha Sharma, who was found hanging at her marital home in Bhopal's Katara Hills area on the May 12th. Officials confirmed on Monday that the CBI team will assume charge from the state police and begin collecting all relevant evidence and documents related to the case. This development comes amidst growing demands for a thorough and impartial probe into the circumstances surrounding the young woman's death. Prakhar Jain is joining us live from Bhopal. Prakhar, अब CBI इस मामले की पूरी तहकीकात करेगी. परिवार की तरफ से क्या प्रतिक्रिया आई है? वो ये चाहते थे कि दोबारा पोस्टमार्टम हो, वो चाहते थे कि मामला CBI को मिले, वो चाहते थे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी इसमें सुओ मोटो कॉग्निजेंस ले. वो सब हो चुका है अब.
Yes, sure. So whatever the family demanded earlier, be it a fair investigation from independent investigating agencies from outside Madhya Pradesh, this has been already done by the state government by requesting a CBI probe. Also, a High Court, state government has reached to High Court, Madhya Pradesh High Court Jabalpur bench in order to cancel the anticipatory bail of Giribala Singh on grounds of breaching the conditions of anticipatory bail, which was given by the lower court, which is to be present whenever police requires her for the investigation process. But as per the police sources, 3 times she has been called in by formal notices, but Giribala Singh never turned out for her statements to be recorded. So these are the grounds which by which state government has reached the High Court Madhya Pradesh. In the recent development, as our sources confirms, CBI team will reach Bhopal anytime now as we speak, and directly they will take over charge of this case. Every evidence, every case diary, the panchnamas will be taken by CBI, and CBI will directly start investigating the case. Also, our sources confirms that team of CBI, when they reach Bhopal, they'll directly take over the case, and by tomorrow they can also go to the crime scene where Twisha was found hanging. So these are the updates up till now. As far as family is concerned, we have talked with family yesterday when the second postmortem was being conducted, and Supreme Court has taken Suo Motu Cognizance. So the family was, according to the statements they have given, be it Navniti Sharma or Twisha's brother, they were seemed to be happy with what is now happening, because
okay, Prakhar, let me come back to you. More breaking news coming in. Madhya Pradesh High Court has heard petitions filed by the state government and Twisha Sharma's father seeking cancellation of anticipatory bail granted to Giribala Singh, the deceased mother-in-law and a former district judge. A single judge bench of Justice Devanarayan Mishra heard both petitions together. The pleas allege that Giribala Singh is not cooperating with the investigation in the alleged dowry death case and may tamper with evidence if allowed to remain on bail. During the hearing, counsel appearing for Giribala Singh informed the court that they had not received a copy of the petition filed by Twisha's father. Taking note of the submission, the High Court directed that a copy of that complainant's petition be provided to the respondent. The matter will now be heard next on the 27th of May. Prakhar, what do we know about this? This is obviously a fact that Giribala Singh is quite capable of tampering with evidence.
Yeah, sure. So the petition of Twisha's father was regarding this only, as the family was stating earlier also that Giribala Singh, who is on anticipatory bail, whose name has been registered in the FIR, she is being living in the same house where Twisha was found dead. That is, she can tamper the crime scene. She can tamper the evidences which are left in the on the crime scene. This was alleged by the family, so that's why the family reached the High Court. Also, the Madhya Pradesh government and Madhya Pradesh police, on grounds that she is not cooperating in the investigation process, they went to the court. So these were the two petitions which were filed by two parties. That is, one is Madhya Pradesh Madhya Pradesh government, and second one is the family of Twisha Sharma. So the court has heard both the petitions in a single go, but Giribala Singh, as she spoke in the court, she hasn't got the copy of the petition filed by Tusha's father. That's why she demanded some time to read out what is in the petitions. In accordance with this, High Court has given 2 days time. On 27th, High Court will be hearing this case again. But as the investigation process is getting fast tracked, we can assume and government how the government is presenting the case, we can assume some concrete decision may be heard may be given by High Court on 27th. But we have to wait till 27th. Also, till 27th, CBI will also take over the case. So we can expect some more details to come in with this case. Yes.
All right, Nimal Kaur, former IPS officer, is also with us on the program. Ma'am, now the CBI has taken over the case. Do we expect that it's going to be an expeditious trial, it's going to be a speedy trial, and it's going to be the one trial that is going to lead to justice in this very high-profile, nationally highlighted case?
Definitely, the family, Twisha's family, has been asking, because initially there was so much of local influence of the retired district judge and the way she was managing everything and, controlling, the way she sent her advocates to the beauty parlor where the girl had been a few hours before her death, the way she recovered the footage, the way she was complaining that, oh, my plants are dying on the terrace, little kind of concerned about the death of her own daughter-in-law, such a vivacious young thing, nipped in the bud. So all that kind of, and also the way she was going on and on about her addictions or her improper behavior or her intimacies in the past, whatever that may be. It was, the Supreme Court today also has said that media should kind of desist from saying anything. But yeah, I think the media trial was largely led by her own mother-in-law, who's a retired district judge and who should not be indulging in media briefing of that kind at all, leave alone the privacy and respect due to a dead person. And your own daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law, in our culture, daughter-in-laws are placed somewhere even higher than daughters because they carry your family forward. They carry वर्ष चलाती हैं आपका, but वो कोई respect उनके मन में दिखा नहीं जिस तरह से उन्होंने टीवी पे आके बातें बोली. Respect, yeah, even dignity to the dead. I mean, some kind of dignity is owed to the dead. If death has not allowed her any dignity, the mother-in-law or the family should have allowed her dignity. She did not allow that dignity to her. That was very sad, and that's why they were asking for CBI ki local, because she's been a judge there 30-40 years of career, and she was district sessions judge Bhopal. Naturally, she knows all the law enforcement people, be it police or prosecution or the judiciary, and it was totally borne out by the fact that she had made, after the death, at least 10 calls to a single judge. Maybe her own crony or something, or somebody who she had obliged in the past, maybe calling upon the favors she had done to someone. I don't know what it was. But largely, it was all a thing to control and manage the case in her favor that has come out through whatever has been reported. Another thing, having said that, I would also say that giving the case to CBI by itself ensures nothing. The initial evidence has been messed up by her. The initial scene of crime has been disturbed. A lot of, maybe the Panchnama inquest also has been managed. So the second postmortem has shown some hard blunt injuries on her body, which did not come out in the first postmortem as per the media reports. That is a welcome thing, that second postmortem was allowed and did bring out some new information to kind of hold them guilty. And though the death may be by hanging only, but it's very much possible that a person, whoever hung is forcibly hung. And it was a belt, the exercise belt, the elastic belt. And the belt did not even go to the police for 48 hours or 72 hours. It was not even examined in the post-mortem
Right.
because there's always an exchange of
Ma'am, we
molecules.
have some more breaking
If
news
the-
coming in. The investigation into Twisha Sharma death case has intensified, with sources stating that Twisha's husband, Samarth Singh, is allegedly not cooperating with investigators. Sources say Samarth Singh has failed to answer several questions posed by the special investigation team, while investigators are also said to be unconvinced by some of the responses given during questioning. Samarth Singh, who is currently in a 7-day police custody, may soon be taken by the SIT to his residence for a reconstruction of the alleged crime scene. Investigators are also probing his whereabouts during the 10-day period when he was allegedly absconding. Sources claim Samarth Singh has been attempting to evade multiple police questions as the probe gathers pace. Ashutosh, what could this kind of non-cooperation lead to, from Twisha's husband? Ashutosh?
Yeah, the absconding part, what we are hearing, actually, I feel that as per the law, he had filed his bail application, which was pending before the trial court for the consideration or maybe non-consideration, whatsoever the court could have decided. So, when somebody is appearing through his legal counsel before a court, so it cannot be said simply that he is absconding unless and until there are certain compliances to be made either by the previous CRPC or by the BNSS, then only somebody can be said to be absconding. So now the non-cooperation part, now since he has surrendered before the police on his own and he has withdrawn his bail applications, so he is already there with the investigating agencies. Now, if he is not cooperating, then obviously they will, infer the investigation in their own way by, as you said, by recreating the same crime scene or maybe with the statements given by the witnesses. In fact, if he is not cooperating, it is not good for himself, because then he should bring the light to what has happened. That will be for his own betterment, so that he can explain what has happened, what does he know, and he can answer all those questions being raised by to him. If he's not answering, he's not cooperating, that means the investigating agencies will have to depend on the circumstances related to this particular case. Then they will have to depend on the witnesses.
Ashutosh, just hold on to that.
available
The Supreme
evidences.
Court has now explained why it took Suo Motu cognizance of the matter involving the death of Twisha Sharma at her matrimonial home in Bhopal. The apex court urged both Twisha Sharma's family and the accused side, including husband Samarth Singh and mother-in-law Giribala Singh, to avoid making public statements on the ongoing investigation. During the hearing, the Chief Justice of India observed that conflicting public narratives were creating doubts about the fairness of the probe. The court said it does not doubt either the state investigating agencies or the CBI, but stepped in because a perception was being created that a fair investigation may not take place. The Supreme Court clarified that the Suo Motu action was initiated specifically to ensure that the investigation into the case remains fair, impartial, and beyond reproach. All right. Ashutosh, go on now. The Supreme Court also clarifying why it took Suo Motu cognizance.
Yes, the Supreme Court took the cognizance on its own, Suo Motu, considering the seriousness and gravity of the matter, and as it pertains to many, of the people who are concerned, and they think that the justice should be meted out in this particular case, even to the victim's family, and justice should be done to everyone in the given situation. And Supreme Court has also viewed that giving or
right.
maybe
Ashutosh,
open a
we've run out of
statement.
time, but ma'am, Nirmal Kaur and Ashutosh, appreciate you.